do-
Cool.
he ended up doing a stream first on that, and then ended up uploading it after.
Cool, cool, cool. 1 second. Dual generation format. Follow up. Process.
All right, I got the
Generation.
page up and ready to go.
Generation. Cool. Alright, that should be going. Whether it is or not, I can change stuff later on. Let me think. Music. Let's put some music on in the background.
Bum 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 bum.
There we go. Um, yeah. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm doing another quick stream, just a follow up of the one I just did. Of hey, have you heard about the generation format? If you guys have not seen that video, please watch that one first and hear about the generation format if you don't know what it is, because we're just gonna be chatting about it basically and just sharing our ideas. I now have Toby 1018 on the line. Say hey, Toby.
Hey, what's going on, stream? Toby here.
And Toby, kind of just through discussing it, we were like noticing some stuff about this format that kind of raises more and more questions. But what was your initial reaction to it, man?
Pretty much, I thought it was a good step up from Konami. I think it's really good that they're doing like five different formats, consisting over like pretty much nostalgia, pretty much like cards that people always wanted to try back then, like things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
Because it's always people find it so frustrating where they get their old favorite card and then come back and realize it's actually not worth a thing because it's either banned or limited or so on and so forth.
it's just too much power creep going on where it just doesn't do anything in the format anymore.
It really, really
It
doesn't,
really,
which is annoying because, like, I mean, everyone complains about Stratos being banned. What? How bad is Stratos really in compared to what can go on today? But what we were noticing and just like asking, like I was asking you, like in the chat for the previous stream, you said that your favorite format or the one you're looking forward to most is the 5Ds format, because I think 5Ds is your favorite show, isn't it? Out of the Yu-Gi-Oh ones.
well, actually, I enjoy like before I didn't really like it because really bikes with card games and stuff like that doesn't make any sense. But now I actually like finished the series and I thought it was pretty good and it was like different from like the previous two, like with the whole fusions and normal monsters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought I liked it overall. But the reason why I'm very interested in that format as opposed to the others is because that one probably has the most variety out of all the other ones. Because yeah, like pretty much each format consists of their own I want to say game type. Like GX, that consists of the fusion monsters from that generation. The original Yu-Gi-Oh was basically with normal monsters. Zayo was with the XCs, like whatnot, blah blah blah. Same, you know what I mean. But
Yeah.
with the 5Ds era, I feel like we'll see a lot more variety. Like there's so many synchros out nowadays where it's like you really won't see the same exact you really won't see the same exact deck over and over again as opposed to like the GX era. I feel like playing in that era, I feel like you're just gonna see a bunch of elemental heroes running around. But
But
with
yeah, I was wondering that too. I'm gonna pull up that list, but yeah, you keep talking. I'm gonna have to just quickly look up something.
with the 5Ds era, you have so many like variety. Like it's crazy. You have Dragoonities, you have the Synchrons, you have Resonators, the plants. Like it's there's so much to go for in the 5Ds as opposed to the other ones. Whereas with GX, all you have is Elemental Heroes and Cyber Dragons, pretty much. But like,
So something that you and Revansis19 were saying to me on Skype was you were suggesting that even though they had these lists, there's still a lot of powerful cards which aren't affected at all. And so, like
mhm.
for say the GX era, the era where you mostly biggest monsters are fusion monsters, you still have cards like Mass Change running around. There's nothing really to stop you from running a Mass Change deck at all. So would you really want to play a format where Mass Change is really the only viable option? Because a lot of other fusion monsters were banned, such as the Shadows are all banned, the Frightfurs were all banned, Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword is on there, the Timaeus is banned.
Yeah, exactly. There's really no diversity. You're really just gonna run into the same decks over
really
and
so,
over.
Isn't it?
Over.
Like, I mean, there are like D heroes, and I guess there's a couple of other archetypes I'm probably missing here and there, but at the very least, the best ones are going to be heroes, masked heroes, pretty much, because they do so well now with their quick play spells. And yeah, so that one actually seems kind of restrictive, and that's kind of my fault on the first format as well, where literally with that format, all you have to do to win is open with Delinquent Duo, Confiscation, and the Forceless Entry, and that's it, you're done. It doesn't matter what your opponent's playing. There's nothing they can do about that because there's no way they can react to it. But synchros, do you really think there's gonna be kind of so a lot of variety in that one? Because you were doing something crazy the other day where you were showing how you can do like double summon 2 Quasar Dragons in 1 turn, and like is that been affected by the list at all, or is that, do you think that's still the same? Toby? Might be. Okay, no, my mic's still on. My mic's still going. Let me just check the stream.
Could you hear me at all?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I was talking this whole time, and I thought you could hear me. But...
Oh, no. Sorry, I couldn't hear you for that bit, man. Did you hear what I last said?
Yeah, I heard everything you said. I was just like agreeing with you, like, yeah, exactly, like, you know, fail. But yeah, no, I don't think that Quasar deck would affect the 5Ds era that much, because there's so many drawbacks with the deck anyways, such as the fact that that going first is really what it has going for it to even work anyways, and with all the solemn cards and all these traps, that pretty much it's not unbeatable. I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not OP in that sense where it's unbeatable, because it's very well beatable in any format, even now.
It feels like to me that you're right. That one has the most potential, because when I played the synchro format, I don't really remember it too much, but I remember that synchros were basically used as it's a toolbox, mostly just to respond to different situations, and it was about which decks could synchro summon the most. And other decks such as, I remember the popular decks being like Dragon Rulers and Spell Books. I think there was a couple of others I'm missing on the top of my head. But those decks, they, well, you can't run Dragon Rulers because Dragon Rulers are banned.
Yeah. And, you know what's funny? Like, in all these formats, I noticed that Exodia is, like, still active.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because Exodia really isn't going to be any more viable or less than what it is, no matter what format it is. But, yeah, no, I think you're right about that one. The only thing with synchros is, I mean, how many different types of synchro decks are there?
Well, there's a lot. There's Dragoonities, there's Synchrons, there's Resonators, there's Plants. Like, I could go on for days. X-Sabers. Whereas, yeah, X-Sabers, oh my goodness, there's so many. People can make fucking weird synchro decks with tokens and stuff. Like, there's so much variety you can do with the whole
that sounds good
format. So you're not gonna be down with just one archetype, whereas the other ones you will be.
Yeah,
XYZ is also pretty good generation as well, because there's so many XCs out there. There's so many rank 4s.
Yeah, I mean, I think the XYZ one will be pretty much similar to what we are doing right now anyway, except that, well, I mean, to be honest, you don't really see too many synchro monsters in this day and age. They're actually kind of rare, but unless you're playing like specific formats like, was it Soulkin Monarchs? Maybe something like that. But even then, Monarchs don't really need it. Monarchs are another one. Monarchs are going to be good in no matter what format you run, really. As long as you can run Monarchs, Monarchs are still good. You still got the Stormforth, which is going to be hard to deal with.
But I think with cards like Bryonic and Trishula, I think they'll have a good chance to counter those today's metas deck and stuff.
You think so?
Yeah, I really do think they can make a big difference if they're like, because I'm looking at the 5D generation. It says that Bryonic Dragon of the Ice Barrier and Trishula are both at 2. And Trishula, you know how OP that card is. So
Yeah. No, I'm just wondering about what kind of outs. I mean, Monarchs right now are one of the most powerful decks in the game. Probably second to Cosmos, which is another one which we should talk about. Both of those decks really aren't touched by these lists. There's nothing to stop a Cosmo player from going into generation any of those eras and kind of just wrecking house, because they don't really get hurt by those lists because they don't really have those cards to begin with. Cosmos don't really need to use their extra deck to win, and Monarchs completely restrict the extra deck if they want to, so Monarchs will be good in most of those formats, and if they don't want to do that, then they just get stronger with that. I just wonder about the viability of these formats now, because now I'm starting to feel a little bit less confident, because the most powerful decks of today are no less powerful than they were yesterday, except for in that first format.
right.
Yeah, like I've also Ravon was saying things like he doesn't see Solemn Strike being limited in any of those. He doesn't see Twin Twister being limited in any of those. Sure, you got rid of
that's a pretty bad thing right there.
Yeah, you get rid of Harpy's Feathers Duster and you get rid of Heavy Storm, but you still got Twin Twister, and you still got this metagame where people are too scared to play back row unless they're playing a Demise deck.
Yeah, Demise doesn't seem to be hitting any of these formats as well.
Demise hasn't been touched one bit, which is
man, I can see the first generation using Demise and just having because they have Pot of Greed as well, so Demise plus Greed, it all just stacks up. It's crazy.
Well, I saw a crazy deck the other day, which someone actually went to regionals with. I don't know if you can see it on stream there yourself or where you are, but I found this really awesome actually Jerry Beansman deck, and what it's basically is it's just 3 copies of Jerry's Beanman and lots of spells and traps, and again, most of these spells and traps are not banned in the new format, and it works really well, because it's just this one could probably work in any of those formats, unless Mage Power or Mage Power could be probably changed as well. It really depends on what you could probably have to change some of the trap cards here and there, but you could probably, some of the most powerful decks in today's day and age probably still don't really get hurt by these formats. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It could mean both. We still don't know how good these decks will be against like decks like those.
It would be
especially since yeah, exactly. I feel like these generations, what they really do is they empower. They give like a slight power creep to every single game type. With the 5Ds, they power creep the synchros a bit because they're unlimiting. They're pretty much boosting up the Bryonic and Trishula and stuff like that, and as well as like support cards like Duloran, Tiger King of the Ice Barrier, stuff like that.
And they're taking away some of their outs, some of the things which used to counter synchros, or the reason why synchros aren't really good so now is because XCs are so efficient. Just by not having them around, you completely change the field.
Wait, you know what I just thought of?
What?
Since XCs are out, Beals actually has somewhat of viability now. Yeah. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, he's going to be super strong right now in the 5Ds format.
Yeah.
That would be nuts. There's a lot of potential. There is a lot of potential to this. Once again, Konami have tried doing stuff like this before. Not done stuff like this before, but they've tried things like pushing the traditional format. Who plays traditional? No one plays traditional. They tried other formats before, and no one's really picked up on it. I hope people do pick up on it. I hope people do try it, and it doesn't kind of just die out, because it could be improved upon quite a bit. And I feel like eventually they could come to something that definitely works, that doesn't have people really raising eyebrows. There's one more thing which I was considering, and I learned this about Magic the Gathering a while ago. And Magic the Gathering have this kind of limited draft format, and I wondered if almost this would work in Yu-Gi-Oh, where I think it's a format where basically you can only pick cards in a competitive environment from the last 3 packs. Everything before then is obsolete, and that way the game stayed fresh. because by releasing new packs.
Oh yeah, I've actually heard about that. I heard that the game constantly updates and stuff, whereas like the old stuff they just get left in the dust pretty much.
And although there's that problem, of course, of having your old favorite decks being unlimited, being banned and restricted, there was still an advanced format or an advanced format where you could still play those. It just happened to be that the latter format was still quite popular too, and a lot of people supported that one as well. And I hope people kind of do the same with this one. I hope people kind of feel like this is a good idea, and we'll see.
I really think so. I'm hoping that they bring it to YGOPro for people that don't actually play the game in real life, but they like trying out cards and stuff. So I think this would be good for that.
I feel like even if we didn't want to make it, even if YGOPro wanted to make it, I'm sure someone could make it themselves and work out how to do how to modify a ban list in YGOPro. And that way, people can work it out and do whatnot. But who knows? Maybe they'll add it, and maybe we'll try something in the future. Maybe we'll have like a mini tournament and just see what we can come up with. Well, work out what a meta would be with those new lists. So, RB wants to join. Okay, RB just got me just as I was doing the outro. So yeah, good timing, dude. Alright, let me get RB in there, and let's hear what RB wants to say about this.
Yeah. Now calling.
Yeah, of course I come at the fucking end.
Yo, how you doing, RB?
I'm doing alright, I was just busy doing something, and I never even noticed it.
No problem, dude, no problem. Have you heard about the Generation Duel format?
Yeah, I have. I heard of it, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, you don't know anything about it? Oh, okay, cool.
I mean, I saw that it's pretty much like, I think, five different ban lists for different areas. Like, if you want to do the original Yugioh, like all of these extra deck monsters, and only some effect and most effect monsters are banned.
Exactly. That's pretty much what you got it. There's one for each era, with Arc V being pretty much just the current advanced format.
Right. So pretty much like Arc V being standard.
Yeah. Basically, you've got everything being legal in the first Yugioh except for effect monsters on the list: Fusion, Pendulum, Ritual, Synchro, XE, Jackpot 7, 1 day apiece, and Self-Destruct button.
Right, which is just like, when you think about it, if you have an actual Yu-Gi-Oh character like from way back then go against this new stuff, it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I was saying about, it's not even just Yu-Gi-Oh characters, that's people, man.
I know.
You know, this is one thing I hate about this game, is that you can get good at this game once, but as soon as you stop playing, you know, it's like a real sport. As soon as you stop playing,
gotta catch up.
Yeah, your skills waver, and you gotta catch up big time.
Funny thing about that is that I know the streamer that he's been stuck on Legacy for like I don't know how long, and he just now started getting into DevPro, and he's like, "What the hell just happened? There's so much shit."
I wonder who that could be. I have no idea. No, I completely am that person. That I'm having to play catch up big time with all the new stuff that's been released in the last year or so.
I mean, what I've been doing is that I've just been kind of experimenting with some decks that I haven't played with in forever. Like, one of them, Ravon here probably knows it very well, Battle Boxer.
Oh, Battle Boxer?
I see some video, some dude, he was just like he was just doing a bunch of taunts while playing it. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I'll probably link it in the comments of the video.
Like, it just... Like, I just been having a very fun time with it, and also I found something very scumbaggy with it.
Oh, yeah?
Psyframe Lord Omega, put your counterpunches back in the graveyard.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So, basically, yeah, for the following eras is you've got the GX era where the majority of fusion monsters are allowed. A lot of them are banned, but majority are allowed. The 5Ds area when most synchros are allowed. In fact, there are no banned synchros, but some are limited and restricted. So some are limited and some are limited. And then the Zeal era is where all XCs are allowed.
All the XCs are allowed, so pretty much fucking, oh god.
What is your...
So pretty much the whole gist of it is like each generation...
pretty much with Zexal, windups are going to be everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, they actually did unban one of, I think, Zamidi.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one thing where that's the card that did the fucking
loop. Yeah.
windup loop.
Yeah. What do you think about this, RB, in general?
I mean, I feel like it might be fun because it also portrays to kind of like what other people like. So it's like, oh, if you're kind of like an old school person, then you probably like the original generation of just having like fun with all the back in the days, like Yada Lock and all that.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
If you really
I'm staying away from that format.
I know, right? Like
go format.
Anyone who like willingly wants to get Yada Locked is just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, GX and 5Ds are pretty much, like, GX is more the, I feel like GX might be the most fun because there's a lot of fusions that you could play around with.
Well, here's the thing which we kind of just noticed, and this is why I did, I originally did one stream, I didn't realize this, but then I did another stream, is that the most powerful decks of today are still pretty powerful in those previous formats. There's nothing on those lists that really stops a Cosmo player from being Cosmos or Monarch player from being Monarchs. You know, Monarchs still have all of their support, Stormforth, Erebus, Idia, they still have all of that.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I know. And,
well, shit.
Yeah, I know. And Cosmos still have Farm Gale, they still have Dark Destroyer, they still have all those monsters, and those are decks which kind of transcend Xyz, fusions.
Yeah,
and...
I just realized that you could still play the fucking decks through that format.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah, and
pretty much all what each generation does is just empowers those game types. So like GX, it empowers the fusion mechanic a little more because you're not worrying about other extra deck monsters like Xyz and Synchros and all that other stuff.
Right.
So,
which I personally think makes those decks stronger because you have fewer outs, a few options to them, so you can't
exactly.
Just say,
and like, and I mean, some decks probably had some really good fusion, some really good Xyz, let's say.
Yeah.
That they had before, but now they don't have it anymore. Well, then they can go to the Zexal format.
Well, yeah,
look at
reptiles.
What we were saying.
Reptiles are not playable basically unless they have King of the Pharaoh Imp. So. You know, it's that kind of thing that comes to mind. But yeah,
right.
Go ahead, Toby.
Sorry.
Toby.
Oh, so yeah, like how me and Sean, we was talking about how in the 5Ds era now the monster Beal's Diabolic Dragon, he's gonna be a lot more viable in that format because you don't have Castel running around or 101. Like he'll be a lot more viable. So it's good. Unless people are running, obviously, like the Mirror Force cards or compulsory.
Going back to the old days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're gonna go back
as
to
I said earlier, Ravon also pointed out like Solemn Strike is still limited. It's not limited or touched at all. Twin Twist is still a thing. So how different is it really gonna be?
I mean, it's kind of like you're playing duels. You're dueling with restrictions. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
That's really all it is.
Yeah, it really is. And what I'm ignoring that side of it, that the top decks in the current meta aren't really touched. I think it's a fun idea.
Yeah, I like that they're bringing cards back that people really want. Like they're trolling a little bit in the GX era, but bringing Stratos back at 3. I thought that was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I like. It's just guys.
I like that.
This is the only time that you're ever going to get Stratos back. I'm just saying.
That's it. Other than
this commander is back too. I noticed as well because I didn't see him in. Yeah.
This commander easy to special summon. Draw 2 cards. Bam. There you go.
Yeah.
What was it? Fuck, I forgot.
Well, yeah. Dual Generations format is interesting enough. As I said before, maybe we'll be able to meet up as a group and do something with that, play a couple of games, maybe even run a tournament with it if people are down for that.
I'd be fine with that.
And just to see what kind of crazy things can come up with. Maybe I'll do a step further than Konami and actually ban certain cards and just say, listen, no, we're not playing the same game. We need to do something different, please. You must have an extra deck or something like that.
Like, what it was reminding me of is that I think last year or 2 years ago, I don't remember, at I believe Yugioh Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
The actual voice actor for Maximilian Pegasus came out, and he decided to have his own challenge with Duelists.
Oh, that's awesome.
Called the Ultimate Pegasus Challenge.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. I like that kind of stuff.
You want to know the funny part with it?
What was it?
Pretty much every 5 minutes, the voice actor for Pegasus, or Merrick, would come out and pretty much put in a new rule. And all the duelists would have to follow that rule for the rest of the duel.
So what we're talking about?
And he could change anything he wanted to, and Merrick would come in and just like, we're taking this duel to the Shadow Realm! The entire field is affected by Necro Valley!
Wow.
That's kind of cool. I was a little bit worried there. I thought you might say that Pegasus would come out and say, everyone take your top off or something like that.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. It's just like...
What?
So, but other than that, that sounds really fun. I really like fun stuff like that.
I think the funniest part is that what was it? He just like every time you must attack, you must say Yugioh.
That's kind of cool.
And it was sad because one of the duels that we saw, we had a Cleatfort player against a really kind of a noobish Chaos Dragon deck, and it was just awful to watch. He was just getting like, and this was before like I think Scout and Sacrifice was like limited.
Wow.
Cool.
So it was just like he was getting torn apart, and it was just sad to watch.
Was he getting towered?
No, he never even got towers. He was just kept getting, I think, once.
Wow.
Cool.
But
all
anyway,
right,
I think that's about it.
Yeah, I guess so. Dual generation format, interesting. When I first saw this, I was like, oh my god, this is what I wanted. But now,
oh my god, it's my baby.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of on the fence. I'm just gonna wait to see what people in the community do with it, and if we do anything ourselves, then we'll figure things out along the way. But
and they do put this in DevPro. I just want to say in the Zayal format, I'm gonna try my Raid Raptors to see how viable that is.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Well, I mean, same thing with me with Ghost Tricks, but then again, I'm just like, you know what? I always use that shit.
Yeah. You could try something different, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sean. I just want to say real quick. I changed up the Raid Raptor deck a little bit further. Like I ended up going for the trap. I tried the Traps engine instead, and it worked a lot better for me. Cool. And I put a new Exceed monster in there too.
What's that?
Cool.
I tried the newer Raid Raptor Exceed monster. I forgot his name. I'll tell
you mean what was it? Raid Raptor. It was a rank 4. I know that.
Yeah, it's a rank 4. It takes 2 Raid Raptors. His name is...
It is Blade Burner Falcon.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean, his effect is pretty decent if you can get it.
Mm-hmm. He's a clutch card. He's a really clutch card.
So you liking him?
Yeah, he's pretty good. I switched him up for Rise Falcon.
Yeah, I mean, and also the thing of saying, well, now you have fucking Cattle Call. Where it's literally just a spell version of Lastrix.
Yeah, exactly. I love that card.
There was one thing which I didn't point out, and I don't know if you guys heard of the stream before, but what it was is that when you play in the previous format, at least it says in the Yu-Gi-Oh format, it uses the card's original text, so it's their pre-edited form.
Okay, so it's so like with the original format with Dark Magician of Chaos, it was that.
Yeah, Ring of Destruction.
Oh god, not that.
Sinister Serpent Loops, Chaos Emperor Dragon, nuking the field, and then send in Sangan for the game or something like that.
Yeah, just like Tour Guide and Sangan.
Which also I think is kind of fun. I'm glad it's not the pre-edited form because Card Crush Virus sucks. So yeah, there you go. Alright, well, I'm going to cut the stream there. We'll probably carry on chatting afterwards. But guys, again, if you tune into the stream and watch this now, guys, feel free to let us know what you think about this format and what's your impressions on the Generation Duel Tournament format. Is it something you want to play yourself? Or are you looking forward to it? Are you going to try it out? Or do you think it's just a ridiculous idea and it's not going to pick up at all? Whatever your thoughts are, let us know down in the comments below, and we'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Peace out.